बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। यस्यैकनिःश्वसितकालमथावलम्ब्यो जीवन्ति लोमभिलजा विष्णु महांसैः यस्य कला विशेषो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः नमस्ते कमलेक्षणे यो भाति पूर्वं यो वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै आत्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। बोले वृंदावन की जय। श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार दिव्यात्माओं, प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, महानुभाव, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, the Divine Souls. First, let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you. As customary, we will chant the divine name of the Lord for a few minutes, then we will continue listening a little bit on Sadhana Bhakti. भजो गिरिधर गोविंद गोपाला भजो गिरिधर भजो गिरिधर गोविंद गोपाला भजो गिरिधर गोविंद Now pay attention. Try to listen carefully, be very attentive. We've been speaking on Sadhana Bhakti. Remember, I'm sure we said that there are two bhaktis. Sadhana Bhakti, Siddha Bhakti. One bhakti we have to do, the Sadhana Bhakti. One bhakti we are going to get through the grace of a sixth saint. We don't have to do that. Why Sadhana Bhakti? Because we have to make a vessel for receiving that divine love, divine bliss, divine knowledge from Radha Krishna. Bhagwan's condition for attaining Him, seeing Him, knowing Him, pure heart, pure mind. Nirmal man jan so mohi pawa, mohi kapat chhal chidra na bhava. Only pure heart, pure mind can know me, see me, attain me. I cannot tolerate deception, deceit, fraud. And how are we going to make the heart, the mind pure? Only bhakti. Nothing else works. No gyan, no yoga, no karma, no rites and rituals, no havan, no yajna, no nothing. Only bhakti. Even Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, who is teaching the path of Advaita Vedanta, non-dualism, he's teaching his own mother, Vishuddhayati hinantaratma Krishna padam bhoja bhakti mrite. Without bhakti, devotion to Sri Krishna, with the form, the heart, the mind cannot be purified. I told you also the reason Bhagwan Krishna is saying to Uddhav, we have to shed tears. The only thing will make the heart, the mind pure when we shed tears of selfless love. Asu. Two things very important. Bhakti has to be done with the mind alone, not the physical sense organ. They help us, use them. Main thing is the mind. Second, we have to shed tears of selfless love, not for the world. I told you our heart, our mind can be compared to a dirty piece of cloth. Has been dirty for a long time. In our case, our heart, our mind, uncountable lifetimes. To clean the dirty cloth, we need pure water, nirmal pani. If you take the cloth, the dirty cloth, and wash it in dirty water, it gets more dirty. You need clean water. And clean water is only two: Hari, Guru, God, and genuine saint. Genuine Guru. who is God personified. When we think about God, about a saint who is God personified, we shed tears for them just thinking about them. The heart, the mind will start purifying, and shedding tears will even go faster. These tears are very important. And I mentioned two kinds, one hot, one cold. When we cry, there are two kinds of tears, hot and cold. In union, union, the tears are cold. In separation, the tears are hot. Both will work, both are important. It depends on our sanskars from uncountable lifetimes. Sometimes you will feel great separation. Sometimes you will feel great union. Both will do the work. You can keep changing, keep doing, anyone, doesn't matter. Now, a few more things. I mentioned also that we should chant the name of God. We should use some kirtan bhajan written by some saint. Not worldly, filmy bhajan. When you chant in the name of God, the faith, the belief has to be there that God is sitting in the name. Any name. Gaurang Mahaprabhu says in the Shikshastak, Nanamakadi Bahudha Nija Sarva Shaktis Tartar Pita Niyamita Smaranena Kala Etadishi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Dishamiha Janina Anuraga. Shikshastak. Hey Shri Krishna, you have uncountable name. Uncountable. And you are so merciful, you have taken all your power and put in the name. Nij Sarva Shaktis. In other words, God is sitting in the name. There's no difference between God and His name or her name. Plus, you have made no rules when it comes to taking the name. Which direction you should face, where should you sit, what condition you're in, you have taken a bath, didn't take bath, didn't bathe for a whole month, what kind of clothes you were in, no rules. Whichever condition you are, whatever time, whatever direction, whatever place, toilet, dirtiest place you can think about. Chant Radhe Radhe, chant the name of God. We cannot make God impure. God purifies the impure. It's called Patit Pavan. So you may have made no rules. Etadishi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi. Hey Shri Krishna, your mercies are to the extreme highest. But Durdaivami Dishamiha Janinanuragaha. My misfortune, Durdaiva, is also to the extreme in that I don't have attachment, love for taking your name. It's easy to chant, to sing songs in the world. People sing rock, dub, all kind of things. Nowadays, don't even know what they're singing. Film songs, love song. But when it comes to chanting God's name, We don't have the attachment, that love. We don't feel that love. We get bored easily. Somebody's chanting Maha Mantra, they're doing job, falling asleep. All they're caring about that Guru has told them to do so many mala. They're just more in the most important thing for them is to finish so many mala. There's no thought. First, there's no Roop Dhyan. There's no meditation. Nobody's thinking about God. And secondly, the faith that God is sitting in the name is not there. So we don't benefit. And that's why we get bored easily. We feel sleepy, we get bored. Look, dirty things in the world, dirty things. Cigarette, rum, chai, tea, coffee, all these things, we get hooked on it and can't give it up. This is a dirty thing. And God, Shri Krishna, infinite bliss, Premanand. And that is in the name, and we don't taste anything. The whole reason is because we don't have the faith that Radha Rani is sitting in the name Shri Krishna. The faith will come, we'll start tasting that bliss. You can't stop chanting Radhe Radhe. Govinda Govind. If you stop, you will become like a fish out of water. You want to die. So we have to practice that. Don't just chant the name. First, remember the one whose name you're taking. You're chanting Radhe Radhe. Think about Radha Rani. You're chanting Govinda Govind. Think about Shri Krishna. You're doing Maha Mantra. Think about Shri Krishna, Radha Rani, the saint who's Radha Krishna personified. Then take the name. Then you'll see the difference. Roop Dhyan. Meditate. Don't let it be just a physical activity, mechanical. Tulsidas Ji, in the Ramayana, he says something. The songs like Tulsidas Ji is very angry. He paatahu footahu nayan, jarahu suttan kehi kaam, dravai shravai pulakahi nahi, tulasi sumirat ram. Somebody is worshipping God, chanting God's name, etc. And dravai, the heart doesn't melt with love. Just chanting like a parrot. To hear part who that heart should be ripped apart, useless. Shravai. Tears doesn't flow from the eyes like a river. Futahu nayan. Those eyes should be busted. Apulakai. The paws on the body that doesn't raise on ends. Goosebump. While taking the name. To jarahu satan kehi kaam. That body should be burned to ashes. Same thing is said in Bhagavad Mahapuran. Tadashmasaram hridayam batedam yad grihyamanai harinam dheyaihi na vikriyetat yada vikaro netre jalam gataruheshu harsha. Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, 2nd Canto, 3rd chapter, 24th verse. You're chanting God's name. Harinam. Tears are not flowing. Netre jalam from the eyes. The pause in the body doesn't raise on end. The heart doesn't melt with love. That heart must be made of steel. Tadasmasadam hridyam batedam. So the point is, this is not bhakti when we just do anything mechanically, doing so many jap, doing puja. 3 hours, someone is sitting to do puja. Havan, puja, going, visiting all places of pilgrimage. And no feeling. You're walking around Govardhan. What is this Govardhan? A mountain? Why are you doing parikrama? Are you thinking about whose parikrama I'm doing? That Bhagwan Krishna himself became Govardhan. That's why I'm doing parikrama. Meditating on Sri Krishna. No. Everybody's doing, so I do too. Marching. No benefit. And actually we end up losing. Because now the pride has come. The people who go parikrama, they go places of pilgrimage, Charu Dham. They visit religious places. When they come back in the world, they ask people in the world, have you been to Puri? Have you been to Rameshwaram? Have you been to Vrindavan? Have you gone to Lakshman Rekha, Jhula? No. I went and I did this and I did that and boasting. And wanting God cannot tolerate abhiman, ego. If we want God to be our friend, we want to get close to Bhagavan, the most important thing, dinata, humility. That's why Gaurang Mahaprabhu says, Trinadapi sune chena. One has to become humbler than a blade of grass. People wonder, why can't I shed tears for God? People cry in the world, ladies especially, they cry for everything. Some ladies, they, as I said, you just say a little thing and they start crying. But when it comes to shedding tears for Bhagavan, very hard. A man sometimes they say, I don't know how I can't shed tears. What is the reason? One reason. Listen carefully. One reason why we can't shed tears for God, something called abhiman, ego, pride. We think too much about ourselves. We have too much abhiman, ego. Nobody can tell me anything. I am boss. All ego has to go. Bhagwan is called Dina Bandhu, Dina Nath. We just sang the beautiful pad. That he is the Lord of the humble, the fallen. He is the friend of the humble, the fallen. Dina Bandhu. In other words, Bhagwan, God loves humility. God resisted the proud but give it unto the humble. The Bible also says. We can never approach Bhagwan as long as there's pride, abhiman in our heart, in our mind. Think yourself to be the lowest of the low, the worst. Never think I'm better than anyone, whether he's singing, whether he's playing dholak, whether he's giving a lecture, whatever. Then you'll see how easy the tears will flow. And that's the most important thing in bhakti. That's what's going to make the heart, the mind pure, our ultimate aim. And that we have to do. Guru cannot do that. Bhagwan cannot do that for us. We have to do sadhana. Everybody, nobody can do for you. People think somebody can pray for you. It is all nonsense. God is sitting in the heart of every living being. He's taken note of what everyone does. He's noting what the wife does, also. What the husband does also. Separate. Everybody has a separate account. And everybody gets the fruit accordingly. So, Roop Dhyan. Pay most emphasis on Roop Dhyan, meditating on the form of God, Radha Krishna, on the saint who's Radha Krishna personified. Number one. And of course, you have to use the mind to do that. You can't meditate with the feet, the hand, the ears. That's why Gaurang Mahaprabhu says, Maner Smaran Pran. Smaran, remembering God, meditating on God is the life of all bhakti. Pran. If you don't do Roop Dhyan, it's like a body without life, dead body. You get rid of it, burn it, bury it. Somebody is asking, I want arti for my dead body. Ooh. What's going to do for a dead body? That is a thing that dogs eat, crow, vulture. It's just dirt, worms. We have this thing somehow that I am the body. That's why we worry so much as to what we have to do after I die. Think while you are living what you did, bhaiya. After you die, nothing can be done. No one can do anything for you. Think while you're alive, what I am doing, what I need to do. That's what's going to count. So, Roop Dhyan and shedding tears. To keep the mind attracted, of course, nature of the mind loves the world, it has practiced, been attached to the world. The decision is there very firm that there's happiness to be found in the world. So the mind naturally will run to the world. The mind is a fraction, is a part of the world. The mind is called the world, is a product of the world. So by nature, it will run to the world when you close your eye and try to meditate. So to help, we have to do pastime. We have to meditate on some pastime. So what should we think about? Anything which makes the mind stay there. So this is why the path of bhakti is so easy. We're free to think, look, uncountable dissensions Sri Krishna has taken and is taken every moment. In uncountable solar systems, uncountable planet Earth. There's nothing nobody can think that Sri Krishna has not done or is doing. Uncountable, whatever you think will fall in that too. These two books, Ramayana, Bhagavad Mahapuran, small little book. How much can you put? This is just guideline. Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta. God is infinite, His pastimes are infinite. Avatarahya Sankeha Hare Satvanidhe Dvijaha. Uncountable. So these are guidelines. You like what is written there, use that also, but you're free to do your own. Somebody likes cricket, playing cricket. Trinidad, people like cricket or soccer, football. So play cricket, play soccer with Shri Krishna. Put on pad, helmet, everything for him. And bowl the stump. Don't worry. Out. Put on a nice short, the type they use in the soccer, and play football. I don't like this football and this cricket. I just like going to the beach. All right. Put a bathing trunk and take him in the beach. Anything you like. We all different. Uncountable lifetimes of sanskars are stored in the mind. Everybody's interest is different. What somebody likes, somebody else would not like. That's why we are free to choose anything as far as the color, the complexion of the body, the age, the clothes, anything. As I told you, just as Sri Krishna is divine, his complexion, his body is also divine. Chidanandamaya deha tumhari bigata bikad jani adhikari. These artists, they just, when they hear about Krishna or they have read somewhere that some saint has written, they try to make an impression, draw. Sometimes it looks like somebody you know. Or some star girl or etc. you have seen in the movie. Star boy. That's what the artist is thinking about, so he'll go draw. Doesn't mean that is Bhagwan. But nothing is wrong. In every particle of the picture of that murti that has been made by a sculpture, Bhagwan is pervaded. God knows we cannot meditate on his divine form. We have material mind, material intellect. So they have given example in the world. We're free. Somebody says, I like dark blue. When looking at the complexion of Sri Krishna. Somebody say, I don't like dark. Light blue, light, halka, light. Okay. Somebody say, I like black Krishna, kala. Our next person say, if I see black Krishna, I'll vomit. Put him fear. At the same Shri Krishna came as Radha Rani, Param Gori, supremely fair. One form supremely fair, one form supremely dark. Whatever you like. Any color, any clothes. When Shri Krishna descended, a little more than 5,000 years ago in Vrindavan, Yashoda Maya didn't know this is a Bhagwan. All she knew, this is my Lala, my son, I love him more than my life. If she knew this is Bhagwan, and she thinks she'll threaten to beat him with a stick, tie him to the mortar? No, she'll put him on a throne and do arti whole day. So today, supposing Shri Krishna were to descend in the home of some parent, in that time, little more than 5,000, the parents would dress in the child, their son, the children, in dhoti. Today, someone is born in somebody's home in this modern world. You think a parent is going to put a dhoti and send the child to school? Whatever all children are wearing, that's what she's going to dress them in. Whatever you want. You want to put 3-piece suit? Fine. It's clothes. Clothes have nothing to do with Bhagwan. Whatever attracts your mind, the scripture says, Yena kena prakadena. Whatever attracts your mind, that is your bhakti. That is your sadhana, your meditation. And everybody, this has to do with our sanskar. Somebody like dark blue, somebody like light blue, somebody like fair, somebody like black. All this has to do with our sanskars. Everybody is different. Somebody like different color clothes. Don't think everybody would like the same thing. Because we're all different. If a mother has 5 children, everybody has a different interest. One says, I don't like pumpkin. One say, I only want okra. One say, I only want this. Another one say, I only want aloo. So is the mother going to make 5 talkari in the morning? No, I cook pumpkin. Everybody eat. Everybody's interest is different. It's all our sanskars. We have different interests. So you have to do your own meditation. Don't ask somebody how your meditation, what do you? You make your own. According to what the saint has told you, guided you, use that as a guideline. And do your own. How your mind like. Then the mind will get attracted. Then the mind will stay. You're trying to do what somebody else tell you and you don't like it, the mind will run away. So we're free to choose. Next thing, the mind by nature loves the world. So in the beginning, especially when you try to meditate, I told you look at the picture of Murti and then close your eye and try to visualize. The mind will run away to the world. It loves the world. And then you get angry. Oh, this crazy mind. No. Don't get angry. This mind is very crazy. You get angry, it gets more crazy. Out pagal. Jane do, let it go. Let the mind go where it wants. And then when it go there, put Radharani, put Shri Krishna, put Maharaji. If you keep doing like that, no matter where it goes, dirtiest place, don't worry, put God is everywhere in every particle of the world. The dirtiest place. So where's dirty place? Bhagwan is not there. He came in the home of a Rakshas to prove I am everywhere. Only in Sanatan Dharma. Hiranyakashipu had doubt. He said to Prahlad, is your Ram here? Is he going to come and protect you? Prahlad said, yes, Father, he's here. I'm a Rakshas. He dare come here? Yes. He's sitting in your heart. Yes, yes, yes. Is he in that pillar, that post? Yes, Father. Yes. He took the gada, that mace, and struck it, the strength of 10,000 elephants. Struck that pillar. Bhagwan came out. Hey, you gada! You fool. Prahlad is correct. I'm everywhere. In every particle. There's no place that's too dirty for Bhagwan. He's not scared of dirtiness. So, let the mind go. And then put Bhagwan there. Look, my Guru Jagat Guru Tam Kripalu Mahaprabhu gives a wonderful example. In India, all over the world, people train monkeys to do all kinds of things. Monkey by nature, extremely wayward. It can't sit down. A little boy, look at him, he just runs all the time. Can't sit down for a moment quietly. A monkey is worse than that. Always jumping, so someone will think it's impossible to train the monkey. But people do. How does the monkey trainer do it? First he ties the monkey to 100 feet of rope. The monkey wants to jump beyond 100 feet. Jump, jump, jump. The rope tightens around the neck. It starts getting pain and it also becomes tired. It sits quietly. After a while, the monkey trainer sees that. He shortens the rope by 10 feet to 90. Again, the monkey, yesterday I was able to jump 100 feet. What happened today? Jump and jump. Again, the rope tightens around the neck. It starts to pain the monkey. The monkey gets tired. Sit quietly. Again, the trainer sees that, shortens, and he keeps shortening, until eventually he ties the monkey to 1 foot of rope. That monkey that could not sit quietly in 100 feet of space sits quietly in 1 foot. In the same way, we have to tie this monkey mind of ours with the rope of Sri Krishna. Wherever the mind go, put Sri Krishna, put Radharani. Eventually, the mind will realize everywhere I go, they stay right here. Let the mind go. It has to be easy. There should not be any force in bhakti. Let it go. And one thing very important also, be aware of kusang. There's two things, su and ku. Su means good. Ku means bad. So, kusang means bad association. What is bad association? Anything which takes your mind away from God and Guru is kusang. 5 senses we have. What we hear, what we see, what we smell, what we taste, what we touch. Don't talk with people about worldly things and sensual things. Your mind will start being more and more interested in that. Don't talk to people who only criticize people and find faults. Don't look at things that takes your movies, etc., taking your mind away from Krishna, away from bhakti. Reading, seeing, tasting. All this is a whole chapter in the book Prem Ras Siddhant on kusang. Read it. This wonderful book Prem Ras Siddhant, written by Jagat Gurutam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu. All those who wish to do bhakti, practice bhakti, to get closer to Bhagwan, to attain that divine bliss, divine love, to experience that, this book you should read. Very important. Study, not read, but study it again and again. Prem Ras Siddhant. Try to get a copy. Ask how you can acquire a copy. Also, listen to lectures of Jagat Gurutam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu. You can get on YouTube, etc. Nowadays, there's lots of lectures translated in English. In Trinidad, you can see it even on, what's it called? Sankhya TV. Bhakti TV also. The lectures of a true saint, and this category of saint will help you tremendously. Philosophy is very important, divine philosophy. Gaurang Mahaprabhu said, when it comes to Tattva Gyan, the philosophy given by a true saint, we don't get that by reading book. Don't go and read Gita by yourself, Ramayana, Bhagavad, you will get confused. When a saint has explained what is written in Bhagavad, what is written in Gita and Ramayana, his divine philosophy, Veda, etc., he's given everything. You don't have to read anymore. If you read, you will get confused anyhow. Shruti Puran Bahu Kahe Upai Chhoot hi na adhik adhik urjhai. Tulsidas ji says there's so much contradictions and complications in the scripture, and even one scripture. If we were to read them on our own, instead of our doubts getting removed, we'll get more confused. Why did Ram do this? Why did Parvati do that? Why did Shiv do this? Oh, we all kind of question. You get confused. So a saint, the Vedas say, Acharyavan Purusho hi Ved. Don't try to read Ved by yourself. Go to the saint, the one who has attained God. Let him tell you what is in Ved. So when it comes to the divine lectures given by a divine saint, Gaurang Mahaprabhu says, Alasyanaka, don't be lazy, careless. This is the foundation needed to do bhakti. When the philosophy, the reason why we fall again and again, we are lazy and careless, because our philosophy is not strong. We don't keep listening. We think we know enough, we know everything. People have this abhiman, this pride. And that's why we don't benefit. Keep listening. Until you attain God realization, we can't challenge. Listen again and again. Read again and again. Only written by a divine saint. Just keep the knowledge fresh. It will help you. By listening lectures alone, your doubts get removed of a saint. And save yourself from kusang. Right? So there's much more, but been telling 5 days now. And still, if I do 5 more days, still wouldn't be enough. There's so much to know. We'll hear more next time. So hopefully, what we covered in this 5 series, those who especially who are very new will take it and utilize it. Those who are also who have been practicing can revise it. Revision is very, very important. There's a Brahma Sutra, Vedanta Sutra, which says, Avritti Rasakri Dupadeshat. Upadesh. The message, the philosophy given by, the instruction given by a divine saint. We have to hear again and again. What I'm telling you is that was given by Jagat Gurutam Sri Kripalu Mahaprabhu, the 5th original Jagat Guru, world teacher, topmost among saints. I'm not telling you what things I made up in my own head. So when it comes to divine philosophy of a true saint, we have to hear it again and again, read again and again. Avritti means again and again, bar bar. Hear again and again, read again and again. Don't say, okay, I already heard this lecture, so I just say the same thing over and over. No, we have to. Revision is very important. We forget. We get careless, lazy. It's important to keep the knowledge fresh. And sometimes you hear something one that this time, according to the condition, the state you are in, your mind, if it's in a sattvic, you don't know. If the sattvic quality is predominating, when we hear a discourse, a divine lecture, it will have the most benefit, the most effect. Asar. If we are in a rajasic, the rajasic quality is predominating, it will have some. And if the tamasic quality is predominating, we'll get irritated. You'll have, instead of getting benefit, we'll end up getting loss. So we don't know the condition of our mind. So sometimes you hear a lecture and you feel a certain way. Next time you hear the same lecture, you feel, ooh. But I heard that lecture. It's because of the condition of the mind that time. Nobody knows. So we have to keep listening again and again. Revision is very, very important. So there's much more. He said we'll hear another time. Larali Lal ki, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Any question? The question and answer session? Yeah, take the mic. Yeah, go ahead.
Radhe Radhe. So you talked about all the relationships you could have with Lord Krishna. What are the relationships we could have with Radharani?
Radharani is my ma, my mommy, divine mother of the universe. Right? She can be my friend also. She can be my master, my Swamini. Most important relation, ma. We cannot have lover beloved relationship with Radharani. That's a big nama prad. All right? So even though she is Krishna personified in that form, but that relation we can only have with Sri Krishna. All right? So with Radharani, she's my friend, she's my supreme master, Swamini, and she's my mom. All right? My divine mother, my true mother, only mother. Yes. Are you asking a question or you're watching something? Oh. Yeah, this girl here. Doll.
Radhe, Bhaiya
Radhe.
yesterday spoke about punya and you spoke about bhakti and you said that you know punya gives you heaven and bhakti gives you our ultimate goal.
Yeah.
And you spoke about somebody who has 10% again to achieve their ultimate goal. What about somebody who now started on the part of bhakti and they only, well, they die when they achieve, like, let's say 10%, or they're now beginning? What happens to that person?
They have to rotate.
So,
How for much you rotate, this is in God's hand, Shri Krishna's hand. The bhakti to get birth immediately in human form and in the right place, it has to be very high. Right? Because the mind is attached to Shri Krishna now. It is attached to Guru. It did not attain God realization yet. But the mind is thinking about Radharani, about Krishna, about Guru. Right? More. But you didn't cross Mayas yet. So it's a very high stage. So you will get birth, that soul will get birth immediately in human form and in the right atmosphere. All right? But someone who just started, yes, you have done some bhakti, it will help. That will stay with you. You won't lose it. And it will also help in terms of where you are born, etc. But because it's very low, you will have to go through some things. Hell and 8.4 million forms and all that. You still have to go through. All right? Only very high state. One who's reached very high stage immediately will get human birth if you didn't attain God realization. Yeah, behind you. There's somebody behind.
I have one more question. What time is Abhishek?
Just give the person behind you.
Yeah, ready. So it's about yesterday.
Yes, speak up a little bit, please.
So you
Keep
were
the mic
saying
close to your mouth.
that punya takes you to heaven, and when you're in heaven, your punya gets used up. So let's say you have acquired some bhakti and you happens to end up in heaven. Would your bhakti be affected?
No, bhakti never gets affected. Even though you have to go there, bhakti doesn't get affected. Bhakti will never lose. One thing you never lose is bhakti. All right? Everything else you will lose. All the money you have acquired in the world, all the houses you built, all the thing you did with Lakar Patch, by fooling people and trying to get money and all this, and you have this big thing. I fooled so many people, and I was able to get so much money, and I was able to build so much house, and you'll get double punishment for that. Double punishment, right? Yavad Briyet jataram tavat sattvam hidehi nam adhikam yobhimanyet sastena dannamarhati. A person who hoards and keeps more than necessary to upkeep himself and the family, he's called a thief. Bhagavad is saying a thief. Sustainer means thief, chor. Our dandamarhati is going to get double punishment after you die. So that all will stay here and all that will you lose. You're not going to take it with you, but bhakti goes. Wherever you go. Whether you go to heaven, you go to hell, wherever. You rotate in 8.4 million forms. Once you come back in human birth, you take 2% bhakti, that's going to come back with you. Alright? You're not going to lose bhakti. That's why the more you do, the more you'll benefit. Every moment we should keep striving to do more. Because the more you attain, you acquire, the more you will have for next time. If you don't, we should always think I'll do it in this lifetime. I know now I have human birth, I know Guru, I know all this right now. I don't know I have no idea when I'll get human birth again. So now we should make every effort to attain it in this lifetime. But even if it doesn't happen, you would have done so much that will help you tremendously in the next time you get human birth. So always keep doing more. Right? Next. You again?
But yeah, so Maharaji talked about witchcraft last night. So I was just wondering, does witchcraft, or as we say, obia, does it really affect
No, Maharaji
people?
says it looked like the lady got scared because of that lady's acting. She didn't have anything. They can't do, nobody can do. And they can't affect you. If they can't do, how is it going to affect you? Nobody can do these things. Alright? Is our mind gets corrupted. You think somebody is doing something and you will go crazy. Because your mind gets convinced that somebody is doing me something. And so you will go crazy. And then you'll start thinking the person did this to me. Whatever is going to happen to you, good or bad, is the result of your past action. Nobody can change that. And God is the one who controls that. Right? This is His law. He says, Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala hetu bhurmate sangostva karmani. Chapter 2, verse 47, Gita. I give everyone free will, the right to perform action. Free will, do whatever you want. But, ma phaleshu kadachana. I don't give you the right to decide on the fruit. God says, I give the fruit. He is the one who will give the fruit. So you think some little fella over there who doing little something is going to give the fruit instead of Bhagwan? He more powerful than Bhagwan? Bhagwan is challenging. I give the fruit. So people get convinced somebody is doing, people have this thing, it gets full in their head that somebody can do me something. Right? People who do those kind of things, they are going to hell. Right? Shri Krishna says in Gita, Yanti deva tan devan pitrin yanti pita bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madja jinopi mam. Chapter 9 verse 25 Gita. Those who worship devatas, celestial gods, will go to heaven, will become devatas. Those who worship the ancestors will go to the abode of ancestors, will become ancestors. Those who worship bhoot and pret, those people who do what you call a simi-dimi thing, obya, whatever you call it, they will become ghosts, bhoot and pret in the next life. Shri Krishna is saying, not me. And those who worship Shri Krishna will go to Shri Krishna. Nobody can do you anything. Our mind gets, oh, I know he's doing anything. And you get crazy. And you really feel the mind is so powerful, you'll think somebody is doing something. You go crazy, end up in the mental asylum. That's your doing. That's nobody doing. We just have the faith and think about God. Don't think about nonsense. Maharaji was saying that the lady got scared because of how the lady acted. So she thought she was doing something. So she got scared. But wasn't doing anything. People act and they make you scared. She was very big, fat, big, huge lady. And she looked. So she would scare anybody.
She tried to scare Maharaji too. And Maharaji acted also. So she got scared and ran away. So don't get yourself in thinking is nonsense. All right? Anybody else? That's it? Oh.
Yeah. Satsangis would say that with respect to seva, that take any amount of seva, Maharaji will make the way possible to do that seva. But does that not contradict the teachings that wealth is destiny written?
The thing is that when Guru is given seva, a saint who is God personified, Guru, we can't give Guru or God anything. They want to see how much we're willing to give up. Nobody can suffer doing seva, especially if it's for a saint or God. Right? You cannot suffer. Impossible. All Guru is doing is trying to see how much you're willing to give up. We should be willing to give up everything. Right? When Sri Krishna once, I'll give you an example. Sri Maharaji, we were building the Sadhana, the Bhavan, Bhakti Bhavan, that huge hall. So every day there's announcement, seva, seva. People will get in, they can't do sadhana in the hall. Somebody will run quick in the mic and make announcement. You're doing sadhana, the beautiful part is going on, and suddenly somebody come to make announcement. People used to get irritated. So all time seva. So one day Maharaji said, this seva, seva. So the secretary, Neelu, said to Maharaji, Maharaji, people has done so much. Oh, they all the way up there with seva. Maharaji said to her, this is your people's lacking. You don't have faith in God and Guru. When Sri Krishna says in the Gita, Ananyas chintayantu mam ye jana paripasate tesham nityabhyuktanam yogakshemam bahamyaham. I bring attainment of what you do not have and I protect what you have. And somebody says, well, that's for fully surrendered. I'm not fully surrendered. I'm not exclusively. And I told yesterday, one day when the question was asked, before that, Guru does that. Guru does yogakshemam bahamyaham, and he knows. He's the one who's telling you to do seva, so he's going to do it. Not do it, but he will fix everything for you. He bring attainment of what you do not have and protect what you have. He takes care. We apply our mind and we go crazy. What's going to happen to me? Oh, this, oh, that, oh, the next, oh. Don't have the thing that, have a joy to do seva, that I will do everything. And things happen. Don't have a thing that I'm doing it, Maharaji will do it, but I'll do everything. He actually does it. There's a fact. We can't do anything. He's the one give it and he's the one who does it. He gives the seva to us and he does it also. That's a fact. That's a law. Yoga kshemam bahamyaham. That's what it means. I will bring attainment of what you do not have and I'll protect what you have. So, and he says, Yogakshema bahana karanam bandeham sadguru charanam. There's a line, he wrote that. Saying Guru does it. He does yogakshemam bahamyaham. Right? So, we are so attached in the world. The problem is we are so attached, especially to money. Right? There's a divine law. We are supposed to give dan, charity. This is something we owe. 10% of our own. Nobody does that. Maharaj used to say many times, if it wasn't for me, you people wouldn't even give 1 cent in seva. 1 cent. People are given big seva. Why? Only because of him. Otherwise, people would never do. So he said, just for your benefit. Because you people will never give. I made so many excuses. I would say, okay, give me some coffee to drink. Look, this picnic. Like, go with me here, sit down with me in my motor car, go with me in a helicopter, right? That you will do seva for your benefit. And what happens? He ended up getting a bad name. People started calling him money guru, all kind of craziness. Guru doesn't take. Guru gives. Bhagwan gives. Guru especially, he gives. He cannot take. Maharaji said, I don't take from anyone. I give you. I'm here to give you. But we have to have the faith. We don't have the faith, then it goes crazy in our head. Right? We don't have that faith. That's the problem. Our lacking is our lacking. That's how we think, oh, I did so much. I don't think, but I think time to just check so much. All right, go ahead.
To follow from what you are saying.
Yeah. I know you have something else. Go ahead.
So let us say someone doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
And there's no way that he can raise any financial saver. And again, if the issue we say is a faith issue, can this person say, look, I will do 10 lakh saver? Is that a practical decision?
No. The thing is that we are supposed to give what we have. You don't have, you can't give. Maharaji says there are three seva. Tan, man, dhan. Right? Tan, physical seva. Man is the main one. Right? Man, following Guru's instruction, increasing your love for Hari Guru, attaching the mind, the heart to Hari Guru, increasing your love, surrendering. This is mana seva. Right? That's the highest. That's the main one. These are the two helpers. Undone. You don't have, you can't do. Right? But even someone who is working for very little money, the scripture says 10%, dasansh. If somebody at the end of the month only has $100, that's his pay. So 10% is $10, right? And somebody has a $10,000 at the end of the month. 10% is what? Huh? What's 10% of 10,000? The bankers doesn't know. They have to get a calculator out. All right, so and you decide he's given 100, I am going to give 100 too. No. God and Guru doesn't look at how much you give. They look at how much you can give. So if you don't have, you can't give. But God is not like that. Guru knows. So do mana seva. Everybody has a mind. Right? Do physical seva. There's an ashram, Guru has an ashram, there's something, you do physical seva. Right? Somehow you can serve. Everybody can do seva. Financial is not all. But anybody can do it. It is a percentage. Right? That example was given. There was a guy who was building a university in Banaras, Malviya. And he was asking big people, there were kings and all these people that time in India, and they're still there. And all these big people, and they were asking for big amount of money to build this, when he was building Banaras Hindu University, BHU as it's called. So one beggar heard that this person is collecting donation. So he came and everybody was trying to stop him. This is a beggar, what can you give? Right? So Malviya said, what happened? This beggar, they said this beggar wants to come to give something to you, and let him come. So he came and he had a little thing and he had some coins in the end, he gave Malviya. So that person said, how much is this and how much did you use? He said, I heard that you're building a university. I don't have much, but this is the whole week my collection. What I have collected. And I'm giving it. There was only a few coins in there, small coins, right? Whatever he got begging. Malviya said, my university is done, finished, built. It's finished. With a few coins will finish. It's just that you people are big, you have so much, and I'm asking you and you feeling all how not to give. And look at this person. He doesn't even know where the next meal is coming, and he gave everything he had. That's what God and Guru looks at. You understand? All right. Yeah, hold on, that person. Yeah, go ahead. Tak. Where you going? Where you going? Didn't you do so? Oh, you do. All right, give it to her. She had a question.
I just acknowledging what you say.
Acha. Oh yeah, he asked long time. Give it. He was like 10 minutes ago he asked. Quick, we don't have a few minutes.
My question deals with, as we're talking on the part of sadhana and bhakti and so on, the concept of maun. 1 and 2 is what are the benefits to be derived from maun? And 2, to what extent should we practice maun? We can't just go around not speaking to anybody or not in our workplace, in our congregation, and so on.
Maun in sadhana, I'm not going to answer very long. Maun in sadhana is important that while doing sadhana, you don't want to think or talk about worldly things. You want your mind to be focused on Sri Krishna all the time, on Radharani Maharaji. When we talk nonsense, we talk worldly things. When we used to have sadhana in Managar, Maharaji had put all the food name even, God's name. When you want roti, you will say Radhe Radhe. When you wanted rice, you will say Gaur Hari. Right? You wanted a vegetable, you will say Sham Sundar. Okay? So every day you would not talk worldly things. Right? Your mind should be focused all the time. In the world, when you go back in the world, you're going to talk anyhow. Everybody talks. Maun, you don't do maun in the world. But at the same time, we should not talk too much. When you talk a lot, you lose your bhakti, your devotion, because the mind gets focused on that. And you're going to talk worldliness, stupid things. So the amount which is necessary, talk. We have to talk in your job, etc. But only with the amount necessary. Besides that, don't get in all these crazy politics and wild talk and all kind of craziness in people. That's all you do. Right? And your mind gets attached to that. And you stop losing interest. Your mind gets more interested there and you stop losing interest in God. That's why. All right? Very briefly. One last and 2 minutes. Jaldi karo.
Bhaiya, I just wanted to ask as a follow-up. So, like, what happens to someone who stops another person from giving in charity?
Well, that person goes to hell anyhow.
And then, and then
They
how
themselves not doing and they stop somebody else, they're going to hell.
so how you not like listen to them then? How you overpower their
That's your thing. You have to make your mind strong. You have to understand philosophy. You have to have faith in God and Guru. Once you have that, you won't listen to anybody. But if you're weak, anybody can do you anything, tell you anything and corrupt you. You have to be strong. Listen again and again to Maharaji's philosophy. Read again and again. Then your philosophy will be strong. Nobody can change and do it. You don't have any philosophy. Your philosophy is very weak. Then anybody say any little thing will turn you around. So you have to make your philosophy, make sure it's correct. Listen again and again, read again and again. When your philosophy gets strong, your bhakti will get strong, everything will get strong. All right? So we'll stop here. Ladli Lal ki, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.